All right. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Who's That Anime with your host Steve and Colin. Steve is, I believe he has a All Hail Starscream t-shirt on. Is that right?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah.
Hey, see? See, All Hail Starscream. I recognize the crown.
I this has been nearly washed out of being an image.
It is quite faded.
It's so faded.
Also, it's kind of like relevant at the moment for by the time this is aired, we will have a new king officially.
Oh crap, that's right.
Mm. All hail Starscream.
Coronation Charles. This is bad comedy.
Starscream.
I will not be doing much in the way of celebrating, to be fair.
No, we're certainly not really caring about that.
But on the plus side, we get a day off work.
Yeah.
And because of that, well, not because of that, but as well as that, you and I are going to go and watch Suzume in the good old cinema.
Yes, the good old cinema of US of A.
Yeah, flag.
TCA. Anyway,
but yeah, we'll go and see that. Maybe we should talk about that as well.
maybe that seems like a end thing to talk about, right?
An end thing.
Yeah, thing to talk about at the end because like that potentially be like, oh, we're going to go see that. It's going to be a thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just came up because of the coronation.
The coronation chicken.
That's the one. Is that the one that has raisins in it normally?
People do put raisins in it, but
I think traditionally curry has raisins in it.
and
I'm not gonna lie, I am not down with that.
yeah, I'm not a fan of the coronation chicken with raisins in it. You know, I do like raisins.
They're fine.
Anyway, what are they're doing another coronation meal.
Oh no.
I think they are. I think they're doing something like a coronation quiche or something.
A quitch.
A quitch.
It's not about the quitch.
It's
Stop
not
watching.
That sounds like a Ryan George thing.
It is a Ryan George. It's not about the quitch. Keep watching.
Is that like one of his Harvards?
It is one where he is talking about TikTok.
Oh
He's
yeah.
Like, hey, can I show you the video? The video I want to show you. It's like, can you come over here and show me it? And he's like, why would I do that? I would never. Just I've sent you it. Please watch it.
Oh yeah.
There's a bit where he shouts angrily at him, and he's like, please continue to watch.
Yeah. That's the bit where he's just watching it. It's like, what was this? And then people were like pointing. What's that all about? Oh, that means he agrees with it. It's like,
he agrees with it.
Oh.
Is he the one that had the content? Yeah. Yeah,
he had that content.
It's his content.
But yeah, that is too many eggs.
I've watched for those of you who don't know, Ryan George is the guy who does the pitch meetings for Screen Rant. But my kids and I have been watching the same ones over and over that they cannot stop watching, which is one, uh, wasps, which they just cannot get enough of. It's just too funny. Where he's like the little wasp with the knife
All right.
dancing about. Uh, and it's like, yeah, it's like, give me all your food. No, this food is mine. It's like, oh, me. What are you doing here, wasp? Oh, I'm building a house. Me and some others, we're doing it. He's like, oh, could you not do that? I live here. He's like, oh, so do I. Ugh. And he keeps threatening to stab him, which is pretty funny. And then the other one is the making a snowman,
All right.
which is it's pretty incredible because it has the line: "It's two guys talking outside, and another guy turns up." And he's like, oh, so hey, what are you guys doing? He goes, oh, this guy, he wants me to make a person with him. So when our balls are wet and sticky, that's when we rub them together? Yes. I'm going to go. It's how you build a snowman, though.
Oh, you're watching that with you hardly asked.
I mean, not really about that. The bit that they find funny is the bit where he's talking about, is like, so you think that looks like a human? Yes. It's 3 circles. Why does it have a thorax? It doesn't look human at all. And he's like, and what about the eyes? He's like, those are just, to make it more human, we put the eyes in. They're just jet black circles. It's like, oh, do you think that that's what people look like? No. Oh, that's good. At least it's like, yeah, it won't look like a human until we put the nose on it, and I have the perfect nose, the pointiest vegetable. That's a really strange way to classify vegetables.
Parsnip.
That whole bit. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. So good. Very, very funny. Wholeheartedly recommend his stuff. He is very clever and very funny. Oh, and the other one my oldest likes is the first person to create drive a taxi. That's his other favorite one.
I like the one where he was doing through COVID, where he had like the
Yep.
ghost.
The ghost.
They came to haunt him, and he haunted his like roommate, and he goes, "Oh, I'm here to haunt you and curse you and stuff," and he just looks at him and goes, "Oh, is that the thing now? All right."
Yeah. Yeah, that might as well happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
He goes, this is a big deal. I'm a ghost and I'm taking over your roommate. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, let's do that.
It does end with him. What is it? Where he's like, why does your roommate have a scratchy throat? Oh, does my roommate have COVID? Is that? Oh, god damn it. And then he dispossesses him and he's like, oh, hey, why am I in the living room? Oh, I have a bit of a sore throat. And he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we both have COVID.
Yeah, it's like, oh, why am I in the living room? Oh, you were possessed, and he's on. Oh,
Yeah, sure. That might as well happen.
yeah. And then the other one was the stupidest timeline.
Yes.
That was pretty good.
That is also a good one.
Where
Was it was you that sent me the one with the naming things?
maybe.
Is it naming drinks or naming something?
Oh, I watched those, but
My
I don't.
kids also like those ones.
Yeah. uh there was there was one there was a skit where it was like, oh, like the action movie where they're like, I'm in, and then he goes, oh, if he's in, I'm in, and then it goes, oh, if he's in, I'm in, and then if it goes, he's in, I'm in, and then it goes like back to another person. It's like, oh, if he's in, I'm out, and then it's like, oh, if he's out, I'm out, and it's like, oh, he's out, I'm in. It just goes nowhere.
He does a whole thing as well of like the guy, the future reporter that they've sent forward into the 2020s from the 90s.
Oh yeah.
He's like, so what's it like? And he's like, it's horrible. Please send me back. I want to come home. And he's like, meta's a thing in the whole world. It's like, oh, okay, so what is that? It's like kind of like Second Life. Is that like what happens after you die? No, it's like a video game that came out. like 20 years ago. You should play it when it comes out in 2003. Although you die in 2004, so you better hurry up. He's like, I wish you would stop telling me about my death.
Yeah.
And he says, "It goes, but did it hurt? Did it?" He goes, I don't think so. It's kind of hard to tell. It was really difficult to understand what you were saying in between the screams. The screams? Anyway. It's good. It's good times. Wholesome content.
Yeah, wholesome. Yeah, the good. So the dumbest timeline one, I like that one in the sense that it's the game show. It's like, oh, here's a guy from the dumbest timeline. Why has he got the surgical mask on his face? Is he a doctor? No, he has a deadly chance to have a deadly virus.
That's right.
Everyone's
So, oh, you guys haven't cured all disease yet? God.
Yeah. And you don't have teleportation?
Yeah. You don't have teleportation?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. We got this pandemic and it's highly contagious. And then he starts coughing. Oh, wait.
Oh.
You mean you have it? Oh, quick, get him back.
Oh, man. That's so good. Anyway, I guess we're here not to talk about Ryan George, but Ryan George is great. You should watch his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to talk about episode 9 of Trigun.
Episode 9, man. That's it. We're there. We got to the 9th episode.
We're Millions Knives.
Millions Knives. Yeah, learn.
Millions Knives.
Well, learn where you get the names from.
Yeah, I assume I've always referred to him as Knives.
Yeah.
And I also did realize that having gone back and read the name of who I thought was called Luda is Luida. After watching the episode, Ludo. I was like, oh, you thought she was like ludicrous, but no, her name is Luida. But I always, I've never really because he calls him Nye all the time. And of course, I don't remember that being a part of the original. So he's just Knives.
I didn't really talk about him in the original.
Yeah, like, as we've discussed, he's barely in the original.
He appears at the in the last 4 episodes. Not appear, but mentioned. I think starts to get mentioned at that point.
It's very weird.
Yeah. So anyway, this one starts with Nice.
Yep.
Playing the piano. And then
I really like the piano music.
And then the flashback to when they were on the ship as kids. He was playing the piano. And then Vash comes in and then bumps him over and then they start playing a duet.
He plays a counter melody. It's very good. I like the fact that his piano has black main keys and white sharp notes.
What does it? In that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's inverse. It's really cool.
Alright. Did not notice. Didn't pay that much attention.
But as I've said before, the music in this show is pretty wonderful. I would wholeheartedly recommend listening to the soundtrack. It's very cool.
Yeah. Anyway,
so they're playing the duet, and he's remembering that, and then it kind of cuts back to him continuing to play the piano again, and some dude walks in.
Yeah. So I should also mention this is younger Knives, but not as young as the kid Knives.
This is not a Cocoon of Death Knives.
Not yet.
No, he hasn't achieved sleeping bag of weaponry yet.
He's nearly there.
It certainly seems like that.
Yeah. Some guy walks in to interrupt someone. It's like, I did the thing that you told me. Then alarms happened. Or does it go to the
huge sirens?
Anyway,
no. Maybe it does actually. I think it does go to the intro after the siren just goes off like for a while,
Mhm.
and it cuts to the intro, and then I think it's him and that dude following the sound of the siren out to the kind of like it's like a gangway
Yeah.
area with what is obviously like a bunch of plants that are all red. They're in sort of like glass bubbles on the wall.
Mhm. He's basically went, oh, they've started like it's end of production type thing, and then another bunch of guys come in and say, hey, you guys aren't meant to be here. What are you doing here? Go away. And he said, what have you done to the plants? Oh, we're went to end production. We got to a point where they were broken, and then we overbroke them more because we're going to make one final burst with them.
There's some really interesting language around all of this because um as you said, it's like he's like we've pushed them too far and they're dying.
Hmm.
But it's not just that, it's like they are, what is it, they've lost a connection to the higher dimension. They can no longer maintain their connection to the higher dimension, and they're that's what keeps their corporeal forms like manifest, I guess.
I think
And
so.
so that like requires some energy or whatever it is,
Mhm.
and whatever it is that they're connecting to is what it is that's providing the power. But they've they've pushed them so far that it seems like there's no going back for them. So
Yeah,
they just, they're gonna basically destroy them all by like taking every last ounce of energy from them.
yeah. They do one big push, and you see like a city light up.
Yeah, you see like the kind of the one of them in the glass container,
Mhm.
like kind of decaying, like rotted face, and then it just basically turns to dust.
Yeah. It's like the whole. I don't know. The lighting of the city kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy VII. Actually, now I think about it.
Yeah, it looks very much like Midgar.
Yeah. Of course, before it kind of gets to that stage, Knives goes to the dude that led him out there. It's like, oh, can you not heal him? And he says, I'm sorry, they're gone too far.
No,
We can't do it.
we
Uh,
we pushed him real hard,
yeah,
so shrug.
yeah. So then Knives basically goes, "Ah, goddamn humans, you bunch of dicks," type thing. How dare you treat plants like this? And the humans were like, "What are you on about? Plants are here to serve us,"
Yeah,
type thing. And then he,
well, is this not when Vash turns up?
um,
Because I don't think he does anything until Vash turns up.
maybe not. I only just
Because I think,
literally just watched it like an hour ago. It's going alright.
yeah, the timing's weird, but I think like basically because obviously this is in between. This is past Vash, so he's left the, what is it, ship 3, ship 5, sorry, ship 3
Ship 3,
he was on.
home.
Yeah, he's left ship 3, yeah, home. He's left home and has been wandering, and he's obviously been drawn to this place where all of the plants were, and I think he and Knives are having that kind of conversation around. He's like, Knives is like, come on, you heard them. You heard all of the screaming. You heard the pain. We can stop this. And he's like, no, like, we need the humans.
Yeah,
Because without humans, plants will die.
yeah, that's what
And
Ren told
he
us.
says, yeah, and he says something like, he's like, oh, of course you believe that.
Yeah,
And and then I think he just kind of goes, well, I'm not fucking taking any of this. And I think the guy that he's with, the other scientist or whoever it is, says something like, please forgive my kind.
oh yeah, he does. He wholeheartedly does that. Though I
Yeah.
think he did that. I think there's because there's two waves of guys that come in.
Oh, there are.
And I don't think he's. I thought Vash didn't see the first wave get killed. This is where
Oh, maybe he
Knives
didn't.
just
I
goes like,
guess.
"Oh, what are you talking about? This thing your server does," and he just like spawns some like spikes out his
Yeah,
hand, Wolverine style.
he gets good old Wolverine style.
Oh,
I
Vash.
actually, this is a real cool fucking sequence.
Yeah, not Wolverine claws, X13 claws because she only had two.
Yeah, he he cuts a guy's arm off
Mm-hmm.
in the first wave,
Oh,
and then
he totally just
he
comes around and like spikes the guy in the face first.
isn't that the second wave? Isn't that the first?
No, that's
The first guy in the second wave of
no,
dudes.
because he's kind of like standing talking to his colleague,
Oh, and he just
and then
turns around
and it's like, well, time to like thin out the herd again.
yeah,
And he,
it's real fucking cool.
it was a good action sequence. And
I
then
also like that he kicks and he like spontaneously gets a blade on his leg
yeah,
as he kicks up and cuts a guy down as well. And yeah, you're right. He like cuts down that first wave of guys. Vash turns up. It's like, oh, don't do any more of this. And then he's like, well, I'm gonna do more because I'm gonna do more murder. Because yeah, a bunch of guys turn up with guns and are like, nah, fuck you, stop this.
yeah, yeah, that's it.
Do they not like hold him down as well? Like they're like holding him back,
Do they?
and I feel like they're grabbing at him.
Well, maybe the
And,
first set they do grab,
Yeah.
and then he just kind of slices them all up.
The next damage section is like it's a flat plane of just him moving to the right, cutting through everyone, and it looks really good. Like
Yeah.
everything about it is just excellent. And I should say as well is like actually like from an emotional perspective, I think the voice acting between Vash and Knives is fantastic. Like it's very believable. It's really engaging. They just do a really good job of portraying those characters, I think.
Yeah, they're pretty good. So Vash turns up and they go, "Oh, look, well, help me kill him," and then the next wave is kind of like came with guns and like, quick, shoot the kid," and then he kind of like, no, and does chop on like you said, and then he's like, "All right, Vash, come on, help me do this. Here's a gun," and then Ludo comes in.
Yeah, Luida.
Luida comes in.
Oh, we'll just call her Luda. Luda's fine.
I was calling him Ludo.
Ludo.
As in the game.
Oh, I was thinking like the guy from Labyrinth, but sure.
That that thing. Anyway, so she comes in, Vash, and he's like, "Oh, I see now. You witches." What was it? Does he? So he tries to hold the gun and says, "Like, you're okay, right? Prove me that you're worthy. Go and kill her for me."
Yeah, he's like, yeah, let her be your first.
Yeah,
Make it quick.
yeah, and Vash was like, "No." And
I do like that Knives just very casually walks over and he's like, what is it he says? How predictable. And just like kind of like very gently takes the gun away from him.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of wanders past him. It's like, you know what he's going to do now. Like he's not just, taking the gun away from you because you won't do it. It's like he's gonna do that now.
yeah,
He's gonna deal with that.
yeah, and was he? It's like, stop messing with my head, you witch, or something. With my brother's head, you witch, or something.
Yeah,
like that. And then
he
full on strangle starts choking her out.
does. Yeah, and then well, no. At first, I think he and Knives not have like a bit of a scuffle.
Yeah, there's a bit of a scuffle, I think, but then
Yeah, he basically goes up and just starts choking her. He's like, well, better get rid of you.
yeah, and then Vash gets up and was like, no, stop that, or gets a bit emotional, and then suddenly a black hole appears in his right arm. Left arm?
Yeah.
Left arm.
Left arm. It's real cool.
And all the dead boys get sucked into it.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, holy shit,
Oh shit.
is that like a gateway? And then
This seems bad.
then Knife's like, fuck's sake, Vash, can't do anything right. And then just kind of charges at him and gets pulled in by the black hole and chops his arm off. And then instantaneously, the arm falls on the ground and
his
then gets sucked into the epicenter of the black hole.
Yeah,
And
it kind of Ouroboroses itself out of existence.
Yeah, and the arm stops and there's no black hole anymore.
And now Vash is one left arm down.
Yeah. And then he kind of stands. So Nice kind of stands up, or is on the ground, looking to. I can't remember how it kind of ends round about here, because Nice is kind of like done, and he's like, "Ah, fine, you do your thing, Vash." Type thing.
Oh, we did miss the late title card when Vash turns up because he calls him Nye, and he's about to start murdering folk in front of him, and he said, "I am this. You bear witness to millions knives," or something like that.
Oh yeah,
title card followed by murder.
Yeah, millions knives. That's right. I think he does it once.
But yeah.
Also, he says he hadn't heard that name in a long time. Well,
that's right. Yeah, he the thing. What happens is, of course, yes, because Vash is on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Luida's run over to him to see to him, and Knives is like, no, get away from him. Leave my brother alone. Come on, Vash. Let's do this. We could rule, you and I. And Vash just pulls the gun to him, like to stop him from going any further forward, and he's like, "Fuck this noise."
Very much. He laughs it off.
he does,
and then goes away with the dude who recognizes Luda.
Yeah,
he knows her.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he does.
He says, "Oh, Luda."
That's interesting.
And she doesn't say who he is.
No.
But I know who he is now. Next episode explains some stuff. So yeah, and then that's kind of the end of the flashback sequence, and he wakes up in bed, or he's in bed looking at his arm, and then Brad appears, like
an older Brad.
Yeah, an older Brad, because he's like 100 and something.
So I think the way, from what I understand, essentially, is that we're now back in sort of modern day.
Mm-hmm.
Brad is now upset that Vash has arrived and has fucked up his arm because that's Brad's masterpiece.
That was
like, you were always breaking this.
Yeah.
Stop this.
Yeah. I haven't changed at all, Brad.
But yeah, he starts fixing it, and I think and then we get Luida, who comes in,
who's also older,
and lets Vash know that it's like, oh, and your associates are also here.
Yeah, everyone's fine. The whole orphanage and everyone on the sand steamer.
The sand steamer.
Yep, everyone's fine.
Yep, Meryl, Roberto, and Wolfwood are all good. And I think that this is the part where they're kind of, it's like, oh, so how long, you seem like you know him really well. How long have you known Vash? And Brad's like, oh, about 150 years. No, seriously. Oh yeah, about 150 years. Is that okay? And he's like, yeah. I think it's what they Luda refers to as they've been using cold storage.
Mhm.
So I presume like everyone on ship 3 basically takes a shift of so many years to run the place and then goes into cold storage while another team come out.
Yeah, I think I don't know. They didn't seem to put it that way. They said it was them. They were maintaining it all, and there's a lot of people in the cold storage still. Uh, cold
But
sleep.
they've said that they're still human,
Mhm.
so they've been using that to not be dead.
Yeah, I like the comments when they find Vash's that. So Meryl's like, "Oh, Vash, you're all right. That's great." And then Roberto's like, "Oh God," and then Wolfwig's like, "Don't associate me with him."
Yes, yeah, it's like, oh please, I'm not part of this group.
Yeah,
I just happen to be here.
yeah,
Uh so yeah, I think this then I think what happens is they have well Ro- Roberto is walking away, he's like, come on Meryl. She's like,
Oh no, 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 no,
is that not this bit? Is that
no.
after? Is it no, that's in the garden. Sorry,
That's in the
apologies.
garden.
We've got
Yeah,
to get to the garden first.
yeah, because it was So basically, they talk about this stuff and say there's all these people, and they're like, "Oh, wow, must have lots of plants here." It's like, "Yeah, but let me show
Yeah.
you." And then they show you the big garden,
Oh.
and the Meryl's like,
The
"Whoa,
the terrarium.
look at all this
Uh
shit!" And what's these things? Oh, they're called flora. What? They're like living
yep.
organisms, but not like
Yeah,
us.
because of course we've never really thought about it, but yeah, there's literally nothing growing anywhere.
Yeah, it's a big
And
desert.
yeah, so I think the plan is to terraform
Mm.
the land with these flora at some point. That's the goal.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's the goal, and it'll take some weight off the planet.
Yep.
And then Roberto is basically like, "Oh, yeah, how long is that going to take? A few years? 100 years? Eons? How long?
Yep.
How long,
He's
lady?"
very dismissive. Very, very dismissive.
And he's talking about stuff, and he walks away, turns his back, and walks like yards. And Lidra basically goes, "Oh yeah, I got one more thing to say to you." It's like, we don't. There's no smoking here.
No smoking in the ship, and he's like, "Ugh, God."
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, wait to screw up your big." Meryl's like, "Wait to screw up your big speech," and then Roberto's like, "Come on, Meryl, let's go. I need to find a place
Yeah,
to smoke." And she's like,
and she just like runs up, going,
"First time you call me
"Ah."
Meryl." So, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. And then it cuts back to Vash and Woodwick in
Vash.
Woodwick, Wolfwood,
Wolfwood.
Wolfwood,
Yep.
In the bedroom, and I think they're basically
I don't know.
talking. Yeah. There's just basically Wolfwood's like, "What are you going to do when you meet Knives? You know, you won't be able to talk him out doing this." And also the comment of how his empty morality is just lies still.
Yeah.
And Brad was like, "Well, I used to think that be like you, and now I know better. I've been with them." Type thing.
He also says he won't kill anyone.
Yeah.
He reiterates that again.
Mm-hmm.
And he calls him Needle Noggin, of course, or Pinhead, one of the two.
Needle Noggin, I think, is what
Needle Noggin.
is what he's been referred to here. Yep.
Blondie or Needle Noggin tend to be the go-to.
Yeah, and then Luda comes running in, kind of wounded somehow. I'm not entirely sure.
Or out of breath, potentially.
Yeah. I mean, there's potentially at least 70 now.
Yeah.
So it's just, "Oh, worms have attacked," and then they go to the garden and go, "Oh," and then flash up like some screens in the garden viewer and go,
Yeah.
"Oh wait, that's the beast, Zabby the beast."
It's good old Zazzy.
And she's kidnapped.
Back at it again.
kidnapped Meryl and Roberto, who then wake up in this strange room, and then Zabi appears and goes, "Aha! This is like something with like the plant room in some carrier or something." And then
Yeah. I like the fact that Roberto takes matters into his own hands at this point.
yeah, well, I think does she not like explain how the humans have burned up Earth by that point?
She says, "We've been here a lot longer than you have. You should understand that. And you can understand that we don't trust you because I've come to know that the reason you left your planet is because you left it in ruin. What do you think you're going to do to ours?"
Yeah. Oh, no, that is after Roberto tries to shoot her, and then she just kind of just
It's pretty cool, actually.
turns into box, and then reforms on the other side
Yeah.
of the room,
It's super good.
and then yeah, and then she's released the mechanism and like opens the sides of the room, and it shows you hundreds and hundreds of red plants, and then
Yep.
the minister professor guy, the bald dude,
Yep.
he comes in.
He comes in.
He goes, "What are you doing here? You should be doing this." He says, I can do. Zabi goes, "I can do whatever I like. I am a guest of knives."
Yes.
Same thing.
I think what she says is like well, there's someone makes a comment of or so I think Roberto asks, "Well, what are you using these for?" It's like, "Oh, we're not going to say." But I think
that was Meryl.
You'll find out, and you're like, "Yeah, I already know what you're gonna use them for." But I think Zazie at this point says something like, "What is it? Who do I think is going to help my planet more?
Yeah,
The plants, or is it you?
yeah, humans. Yeah,
Who should I trust more?"
yeah, that's it. So basically, Meryl asked Professor about the thing. He said it's top secret, but I don't think anyone's actually said what they're going to use them for.
No, but it's kind of obvious, right?
Oh, maybe. Zabi says, "I know, I can tell you, but you need to answer me this question first.
That's right. Yeah.
Who who should I trust, plants or humans?" And then she does like
Because
split her face open with a big grin, and that was right at the end. That was it. Done.
she also says because I want to know who I have to kill.
Oh, I don't remember saying that.
It's something like that. It's like it's either that of like because I want to know who I have to kill or let live, or something like that.
No, I don't remember that.
Pretty sure that's literally the last thing she says.
No, nope. Maybe. Could be right.
Gonna confirm.
Gonna confirm.
I could be wrong.
I just thought she asked if is it who should I trust more, plants or humans?
Who should I let live? That's what she says.
All right, who should I let live?
Who's going to help my planet more? Who's going to help me more? Plants or humans? Who should I let live?
Yeah. All right. Here she does. It's just the flick to the different mask with the weird,
Yeah, it's real cool.
crazy eyes. And that's
I do like that the eyes kind of move on that little like axis.
yeah.
They have like a defined movement path. They're not going everywhere. Each one of them has like a defined range of motion that looks really cool. The design's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And that's the end of that episode, man.
Yeah. This one honestly feels like it takes no time at all to go through.
Yeah, it's fairly quick.
Yeah. I must admit I'm less interested once we get back to modern day. I think the real meat of the episode is in the flashback for sure.
Oh, you get to learn the intricacies between Vash and knives.
Yep.
And the many disagreements they have.
And the multiple murders that Knives does.
Yeah, it's not called Millions Knives for no reason.
No, that is very true. How do you rate this one? Do you think? I think the previous one we'd given an 8.
Yeah, I think it's continuing that way because it had some good points.
I
It
agree.
had like the flashback, and you got the information that you need, want to know, and then you got like the wee old
Camaraderie.
camaraderie bit in the middle where they're like, "Hey, we're back, we're all
Yep.
here, and we're all good, and we don't really like each other." Honest, proof, wink. Found out a bit more about what some of the humans are trying to do. I find out
Yep.
what the other half is trying to do, and
Yep.
that Zami's a wild card. Or may help or hinder in the future.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, I think this is a continuation. I think like I say, I think this one is really driven forward by the performances for Vash and Knives. They're just so strong. Anytime the two of them are on screen interacting with each other is really tense. It's really engaging and really like I'm super invested in that relationship as a thing. So yeah, they've done a really fantastic job of making that work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think an 8 is a good score. We're getting closer now. We've only got 4 more episodes.
4?
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, 3. Jeez.
3, man.
3 more episodes.
Yeah. I was
gosh.
like, I thought you said it was 12. It's 13. It's 4.
No, you're right. It is 12 episodes, and yeah, the next one we will get on to next week, which means we've reached the end of another episode of Who's That Anime, which is an anime podcast and can be found anywhere where podcasts can be found. Our home is at anchor.fm/Who's That Anime. We have a Facebook page that is facebook.com/Who's That Anime, where we post the latest episodes and, of course, the occasional anime meme. We have a YouTube channel. You can find that at Who's That Anime by looking for that in YouTube. Colin painstakingly puts together the video component versions of these episodes. We should be releasing episode 9 on the same day, video form, I believe, as we will be the audio, which is cool. You can see my Coronation Starscream t-shirt at some point in that video, of course.
I just whenever someone says coronation, I just think of chicken these days.
Yeah, it's too late.
It's too late.
Too late.
Too late now. It's all about the chicken. Like Coronation Starscream is like, I don't know. What would that?
Too many raisins.
That'd be a lot of raisins. Say, that's like 50% raisins.
50% raisins.
2% chicken.
Damn, that's not enough. Yeah, you also we also like to play some video games sometimes. Colin at twitch.tv/couchfuel and myself at twitch.tv/hailpayman. There are entire archives of hours of videos of playing video games on the YouTube channels for both of those. You can find those by searching for at couchfuel on YouTube and at hailpayman on YouTube as well. Oh, I did forget to mention we also have Discord. You can find the link for that in the show notes. And I think that's us. We have achieved it.
Yeah, we did number 9. Number 9.
Engine number 9.
No, I was thinking of Barney's when they did the Beatles thing.
Oh, in Simpsons?
In The Simpsons, yeah.
The B Sharps.
The B Sharps.
B Sharps?
Think of the B Sharps, and they had like the barbershop quartet, and then Barney met. Is it Yuko? Is she actually going to? Is she actually Yuko? Because Barney was
might as well be.
Barney is maybe John from the Beatles.
Yeah.
I want to say John Cleese, but it's totally not John Cleese.
I imagine you're thinking of John Lennon.
Lennon, that was the name. How dare we have shot down and rage at the.
Can you name all of the Beatles?
How many name all the Beatles? You got Paul. You got John.
Paul.
Oh, Paul, the guy who McCartney. That's it.
Yep, that's it.
Ringo.
And what instrument did Paul McCartney play?
Guitar.
See, I always thought that. I think he's the bassist, though.
You might be the bassist or the singer. He sang, I think.
Oh, he's definitely a singer.
And then you got Ringo Starr.
Yep.
And you got George. Someone.
George,
the guy that no one seems to appreciate.
George Harrison.
Yeah, that was it. He's
very. I think you're right. He is very underappreciated.
I think he's the underappreciated one, isn't he? Ringo Starr.
Yeah.
Ringo Starr, like maybe not so much.
I for some reason I can't remember what it was in, but I remember them. It's like, oh, what a wonderful song, Ringo. We're gonna put that on the fridge.
Oh man!
And while we're on Barney quotes as well, like my favorite Barney bit in The Simpsons is when he's just been selected to go into space, and they give him the champagne, and he falls off the wagon and starts going mental, and it's like, I don't understand. That was non-alcoholic champagne.
Yeah, but they rerun that. They did that joke with Homer, not with like beer, but it was like they were doing a spot check test for the nuclear power plant to see how capable the engineers were, and he caused a nuclear explosion in the test, and they're like,
That's right.
What? There's no radioactive material.
There's no
there.
nuclear. Yeah, there's no radioactive material.
There's no fusion
he
there.
like nukes the little van.
Yeah, and then he comes out and is like, he comes out all Hulk and goes,
He's hulked.
yeah, and he goes around smashing things. Is he hungry
so
or something? Good. It's like hungry, Hulk hungry, Homer hungry or something.
I think he gets donuts.
Yeah, something
as
like
he
that.
would.
And then he just comes back to normal.
It's the good stuff. It's the good stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, one of the Beatles narrated Thomas the Tank Engine. The original.
Ringo Starr.
It was Ringo Starr.
Yeah, and actually, arguably, in my mind, was the best at narrating Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, man, he had it all. Was he not also the son of the writer?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I thought
I do know that it's a very close second best for Thomas the Tank Engine's narrator was Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yep.
What?
Yep. He was the I believe he was the narrator for the Thomas the Tank Engine movies.
All right, that explains everything.
But I don't know if he did. Don't know if he did the whole thing.
Yeah. I was thinking of I was thinking of maybe buying that horror Thomas the Tank Engine game.
Oh yeah,
Charlie the Tank Engine. What's it called?
I can't remember.
But it was way back when Resident Evil 2 remake came out, and they had someone modded in Thomas the Tank Engine for the for the grey guy that chased you. And
Choo Choo Charles.
Choo Choo Charles, that was it. I knew it was Charles.
It's very positive.
I mean,
on Steam,
it's pretty fucked up from what I've seen. Gets legs and everything and starts chasing you around the map.
Yeah.
Should play
it's
it, Steve.
Kind of horrifying.
we
Yeah,
should play
one of
it,
these days.
and I should just watch you play it, and you getting hilariously scared out your mind.
That is how that works.
That's what our Resident Evil Seven playthrough was like.
Yeah, that's definitely how that worked.
I haven't played 8. I haven't played 8.
I did. It's very difficult.
Or is it?
I'm very bad at it.
Alright. You're not trying to run up bookcases thinking they're ladders again, are you?
No. To be fair, I was right.
What?
It looked like a ladder.
Yeah, but yours. Oh man, you're freaking out right there.
That's the stuff of nightmares. Anyway,
I think that's
you can find that on the Couch Fuel YouTube archive. Me really freaking out watching that. But yeah, we will be back next week to talk about episode 10. We are nearing the end of our Trigun series. I think we've already said we might actually have a chat about Suzume, do an episode on that since we're taking the time out to go and watch it in the cinema. And then we had also planned to do a series of shorter bonus episodes on the anime movie Memories.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Memories.
So, yep, like the corners of my mind.
Yeah.
We'll have a little bit of bonus content before we kick off on our new series, which we'll announce closer to the time.
Yes. What is it? What we're doing?
I've got it written in the calendar. I'll check.
You got it in the calendar. Okay, that's good.
I do. I think I have it in the calendar. Pretty sure I do. Problematic. I do have it in the calendar, but all I have it is season 10.
At least we know when that happens.
That's true. Shit. Okay, well, we'll figure that out.
That's a discussion for later.
Yep. But we will be back next week to discuss episode 10 of Trigun. And we out.
Yeah, we out. See you next time. Same anime place, same anime place, same anime place. Same anime place.
Same anime place.
Same anime time. Alright.
Same anime place.
Same anime place. Bye guys.
Bye.